Hello everyone, so this video is basically to serve as a quick PSA for one of the brand new EX augments as well as the new tier of EX augments introduced this most recent update. Specifically, I'm talking about EX Tri-Shield Follow-Up. Reading the description of the EX augment states that it reduces the cooldown by 90 seconds, indicating Tri-Shield will have a 30-second cooldown when used alongside Follow-Up. Unfortunately, the wording for this EX augment is wrong, and it instead reduces the cooldown of Tri-Shield by 30 seconds, giving it a 90-second cooldown. Instead of by, the wording should be to, which changes what could have been a really strong EX augment into one that is basically worthless. EX Tri-Shield Follow is basically a worthless EX augment because removing 30 seconds from Tri-Shield's cooldown is basically useless and takes up an EX augment slot that could go to something much better. I'd recommend just not using EX Tri-Shield Follow for that reason, because it just isn't good. With that out of the way, because I'm not doing a weekly checkup this week, I decided I'd throw in another quick PSA regarding the search function for EX augments. As you may or may not have noticed, there is a new tier of EX augments which is detonated by a 2 at the end. All EX augments that drop from heirloom weapons have a 2 variant, which will exclusively drop from the Kilo Dim weapon series. The problem is that the search system is, or was depending on when you watch this video, is bugged to where searching up 2 variants of EX augments will show the previous tier of EX augments too. This has led to people putting outdated EX augments on Kilo Dim weapons to trick people out of their Meseta. Sega is actually threatening bans, however, for anyone who tries to scam people out of their Meseta, so don't actually do that. Not only is it scummy, but it's like, why? Is it really worth risking your account over an EX augment? You can, for the most part, evade the risk of this by changing your search items by selecting the weapon criteria and selecting 12-star, and then throwing in your EX augments you want in the augment search filter, and this should, for the most part, reduce the chances of you falling for this trick. That being said, I'm sure nobody will want to risk their account over EX augments, so the chances of you coming across stuff like this should hopefully be low, but even with that said, be careful with what you're pressing in the personal shop. That being said, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.